Alright, hey guys, Kyle here from Team Moons, and today we're going to show you a deck profile. The deck profile is going to be on Shiranui's. This deck's pretty good. I'd say it's almost tier 1, I'd say with 1.5. It's so close to being there, but like just barely not, because a lot of the decks can still get over the boards. Alright, getting into it, we have 3 Solitaire. He's your best card in the deck. He's your 1-card Omega, you know the play. He is your bread and butter. You want to get him out every single first turn. Next you run 3 Spirit Master. He's also really solid. When he's banished, you pop a card on the field, so he's very good out to a lot of boards. And his lesser used first effect is really good. You can get out any of the Shiranui synchros just by normal summoning this card. It's really good. Next you have 2 Samurai. This deck's geared towards locals, this build is, so a lot of the people run Smith, but I don't like him because I found around here I can't really get his effect off very often, like pretty much at all. And we run a lot of people run decks around here that have like battle floating effects, like Yang Zings and shit. So he's really good. Gets rid of him. Next we roll 1 sword for our final Shiranui monster. I was running 2. But it gets pretty cloggy, and the card's like slow in nature by itself anyway. You can't use the effect of the turn you sent to the graveyard. But he's an overall solid card. He sets up a lot of different plays. And on for the rest of the zombies, you have your other broken as shit monster. You have uni-zombie. How this card's still at 3, I have no idea. This card's nuts. This card combined with Mizuki is just like literally insane. It's any level 8 synchro you want, and you can usually recycle both of those several times per turn. It's really strong. Next we have a couple one-of zombies. 1 Goblin Zombie, 1 Zombie Master, and 1 Plague Spreader. A Goblin Zombie comes in clutch if you're running out of resources. He fills you up a little bit more. Zombie Master, same thing. If you see Zombie Master past turn like 2 or 3, he is nuts. Like he's almost probably the best card in the deck. But you don't really want to see him turn 1. That's the problem. So that's why I only run him at 1. And Plague Spreader comes in clutch too. Just sort of decent tuner. Next we run 2 Summoner Monks. We run these because you want to run 5 Solitaires. If you don't open Solitaire, you open Summoner Monk. It's just as good, because you can just pitch any spell. We run a decent number of spells in this deck. So you just get your Solitaire and then do your plays from there. It also gives you another level 4 on the board as well. So I'd almost rather see him than see Solitaire in the first place, because it just adds that 1 more piece to your board. Next we run a couple of one-ofs. We run a Mathematician, Glow Bulb, Trick Clown, and Fairy Tale Snow. Mathematician's really good because it's a generic zombie deck pretty much. You want to fuel your graveyard as fast as possible. Glow Bulb, same thing, comes in clutch. A lot of the times you can only make like turn 1. You can make like a rank 8. I mean a level 8, a level 8, and a level 7. And if you have Glow Bulb in your graveyard, you can just make 3 level 8s, and it's pretty nutty. Trick Clown's really good. It's a fast-paced synchro deck, so his effect comes in clutch with stuff like Zombie Master and all that fun stuff. And Fairy Tale Snow, all the Shiranuis get their effects when they're banished, so this is just another way to pop off all your effects and just like start going crazy. It's also a good way to out like certain cards that you don't have way over at the time. And lastly for the monsters, you run 2 Maxi, because Maxi goes without question. Okay, next are the spells. We have a decent number of spells. We're going to run 2 Instant Fusions. Not running 3, because even though you do want to see it first turn, you only have 1 target. So and you don't have a whole lot of discarding outs. Like you have Twin Twister and stuff, but you don't have a whole lot of ways to get rid of this card if it's dead in your hand. But if you do open that card, you go super ham. 2 Book of Life. A lot of people play 1, but like I said, this deck's based around my locals, so if I was running this deck outside of my locals, I'd probably only run 1. And this card is terrible turn 1. If you get this turn 1 and you don't have Summoner Monk, you are screwed because it's literally just a dead card in your hand because you have to remove their monster as a part of the cost as well to activate it. So it's good in a way and it's bad in a way. If you resolve this card, you should be going off that turn like crazy though. I love it. Next we have Triple Twin Twister. Now in this deck, Twin Twister is like a lot better than it is in a lot of other decks because Twin Twister in this deck is like a combo piece. Because if you open up Mizuki and you open up like Trick Clown, if you open up Glow Up Bulb, if you open up any of these cards, Twin Twister just extends your plays even more. You get a lot more special summoning. And also, this deck, like, it really, really hates back row, so if you can stop them from having that, that's a good thing. Next up, we have a couple one spells. We got Soul Charge, pretty staple. Gold Sark is really good in this deck because they get all their effects when they banish. So it's like, say if they have a card you need to get rid of, you just Gold Sark your Spirit Master, and it's an instant, kind of like Smashing Ground, I guess I'll compare it to. Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is really good because it's a zombie deck. All your stuff is good in the graveyard, and because you run so many Mizukis, you're gonna run Burial. If you have Burial in your hand and you have 3 Mizukis in your graveyard or removed from play or anywhere in the sorts, you are just going nuts that turn. There's no way that you can like not put out like a crazy board. And that's it for the spells. And lastly, we just run the 3 traps. We run 2 Swallow Slash. It's basically like an Icarus attack, but it's better because not only do you get your zombie in the field in the graveyard for tributing it, you also pop 2 cards in their field, which is crazy, and you also get to banish a Shiranui from your deck. So that could be your Spirit Master, blow up a 3rd card, make it like a Fire Lake. It could be you can banish your Solitaire to get back any of your banished Shiranuis. So you just go crazy. This card's so good. It's underestimated. You can literally just normal summon a Mizuki, set this card, and you're fucking up their entire turn. And lastly, we just have the one Lonely Solemn Strike. I wasn't even running this at first. I was running 3 Swallow Slash instead, but I found that if I didn't open up with like a decent zombie in my hand, or like any zombie at all, or if I just went like for a crazy turn 1 play and I got out all my synchros and stuff, I needed something else to protect me on top of that, and I couldn't use Swallow Slash unless you have a zombie. So I found Solemn Strike was just like a good backup. I mean, it's decent. It comes in clutch when it needs to. Not much else needs to be said about that. And on for the main part of the deck, you have your extra deck. You basically want to like search through this probably 4 times per turn, 3 or 4 times. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so first you have your Norden for your instant fusion. Catastor. He's only in here because you can go for a lot of plays with Glow Bulb and like uni-zombie to go for your level 8s. Catastor is pretty decent around here, and I was running Beast at first just because you can technically get it out with your Mizuki and Glow Bulb, but I found myself going into it 1 time since I started playing the deck, so I didn't think it was worth it at all. If I had room, I'd probably put it back in, but I really don't. Samurai Saga, he's a Shiranui specific zombie synchro. He's pretty good, but his only really effect you're going to be using is, actually not even his effect, just to use him as fodder for your Spectral Sword to go into level 8 synchro in the graveyard. Goyle Guardian's your main 6 you're going to go into. He's decent. He's good at extending your plays because you can always synchro with a card that you get from your opponent. Meteor Burst Dragon, really good for stopping their back row. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon is really good to break up some really strong boards. Clear Wing, Effect Negation. Crystal Wing because he's the fucking nuts, and you can get him out in this deck pretty easily. Next, your main card in the extra deck, pretty much. You're going to run 2 Side Frame Loader Megas. You're not going to run 3 because you can always recycle him with his own effect, but you're going to go into 2 pretty much every single game, no matter what. Beals, he's like a really good level 8. He has a lot of problems when they're trying to get rid of him because you pretty much just can't, especially with all the stuff around here. Scarlight, he's a really good finisher. He's also really good at breaking up boards. Spark Dragon. I don't know, he's just decent. I couldn't really think of anything else to put in here other than him. He feels a good spot. Void Ogre, he's crazy in this deck. You do burn through your hand pretty fast, so there is a lot of times when you have no cards in your hand. And negating that instant fusion or negating anything they have is really, really good. And lastly, you run your one Shogun Saga. He's really good. He's a way to beat over pretty much any card in the game. I don't know many cards in the game that this card can't beat over. He's a 3000 beat stick, and his effect is when you summon, you can banish. I'm not sure if it's Shiranui or a zombie. Anyway, so you're gonna banish your Shogun Saga. I mean your Samurai Saga, and he's gonna go up to 5500. So he's pretty nuts. And all the Shiranuis get their effects when they're banished. So not only do you get a crazy attack monster, but you also get an effect. You get the pop-up monster, you get to add something back, get special summon something. It's great. This guy's really, really cool. Anyway, guys, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you liked it. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions. A like would be cool. Get some extra views on the page. Anyway, thanks. It's Kyle signing out.